everybody? Mountain Echo here. We're back. I got Frankie Jonah, Steven right next to me, and I'm Isaiah Tejas. We have a very, very chaotic episode for you guys coming up just because a lot of sports are in action. We have basketball just ended. We have baseballs in the middle, full swing. We have also the NCAA tournament going on. Women's Aggies are actually playing still right now, which is surprising. We'll get into that.
WNIT, baby.
But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of sports going on and a lot of sports coming up. So we're going to cover all that today. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. Let's jump into it.
Enjoy.
So NMSU baseball is going on, man. What you guys hearing about it?
Split series yesterday, I think, with Liberty, right?
Yeah.
Was the score 10-6, they lost 5-6. They're being competitive. They also got wins against Texas A&M. One win the other day, 4-1, go up. Yeah, number 14, Texas A&M. The Frankie thought it was Texas Tech, so we wanted to correct that, Frankie.
Yeah, my bad.
But
words are hard. It's okay.
in softball is like 30 games into the season.
30?
I don't know what they're doing. They play like way more games than they should with the tournaments and all that.
Yeah, they just did a bunch of tournaments, and then they did well, so I guess they just kept playing.
Looks like they play almost every day.
Baseball got Liberty today, right? At 11?
Yeah, they finished a 3-game series with Liberty, and then they get into the conference season. So that's a plus. I think they're picked to finish second to last in the preseason polls, and I know their coach said that was kind of disrespectful in so many words. So I don't think they'll finish that down low. So kudos to them.
I think the pitching has been really good for NMSU, and then I don't think anybody really predicted the way that they're hitting is. I mean, everybody on the lineup. I think I'd said it before. Everybody is hitting really well. Everyone's getting on base, and I think it does something to you whenever right before the season starts they choose for you to be the worst team. Now you're like, all right, well, let's just go show them what we got,
Like they're used to that.
But they're younger. They're younger dudes, and they're doing really well. So the conference play finally started. So we gotta get a little bit more focused on going to some of the games and checking them out. So Liberty was the first game. They split it. So today is the they call it the rubber match, right? Whenever rubber match is just when it's tied. Usually a series is a 3-game series.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, are you going to win that one? Baseball's so different that it's okay if you lose a game or two. It's about winning a series. It's about winning the most games possible, obviously. But you never want to, if you're going to go somebody's house for 3 days, you want to win 2 of those. So that rubber match is why it's
Go to the stats page real quick on top. I think it's next to
So how does that work for conference play? Is it like the same? Like, is there like a tournament at the end of the season type of thing?
Yeah, so they do like a tournament like basketball, and then winner of that, since we're not like a big conference, goes to the NCAA regionals, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they split it up. It's not just like one big tournament. It's split up.
Regionals, yeah, it's confusing. I don't know how. Softball is a similar way, and I kind of want to look up Steven Solorzano.
Yeah, he's right there on top.
Yeah, how many home runs does he have? 3, 5? I think it says 5 at the middle part.
Yeah, he had 4 last time I checked.
He had one the other day, and I was like, well, good for him. Representing Las Cruces, so he's doing really good. And I don't think we have any other.
Sheehan O'Connor, 8.
Yeah, Sheehan has been he's been leading the way with home runs. At some point, he was the leader in the nation for home runs.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. Yeah,
and he had a hit streak going for a little bit. We lost it with UNM a while back, and so these guys are all on hit streaks. Everybody's getting on base. Everyone's hitting, and that's not normal for you to just be getting on base every day, getting base hits.
Yeah.
I have a question though. What's the difference between, so your average, I know, is like your batting average, slugging percentage? What's
when there's runners on scoring position?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if there's somebody on second that's scoring position, usually a single will get them to score because they have a bigger lead, So yeah, slugging percentage is that. On base percentage, you count when you get hit by a ball. Based on balls doesn't count as an at bat.
Yeah, I remember that.
We need to keep stats like this in our church league, man.
I know we need someone that.
I know we need a stat taker.
I won't play this year. I'll keep stats for you guys.
There we go.
Ooh.
It won't be pretty with you.
I'm a bad man on the stat sheet.
This guy's got 24 home runs on the season, so that's
Where do you see that?
Right there on the bottom. Pretty good.
Where?
21 what?
24 home runs on the season.
Oh, total. We have
team?
total
Yeah.
20. Okay. Yeah. I was like, damn, who has 24 home runs that
And then
quick?
jumping into the softball, man, Frankie, you talked about this before the podcast. Desiree Spearman, man, she's killer.
Dude,
She's a beast.
She's a beast.
I mean, I'm looking at the team leaders, and she covers, I think, 4 of the actual categories, and there's only 5 categories.
and that's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a very good overview of a whole team, and so you can look at it. But that covers pitching, that covers batting, that covers fielding, and she's doing all of it because she's a utility, she's a pitcher, and she hits.
Look at her slugging percentage.
Yeah.
Golly.
She's at like 495 in just straight up batting average.
And she's only a sophomore.
Yep.
And she's a local product. Well, not here in Las
Thanks.
Cruces, but El Paso.
We'll consider it. We'll see.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's close.
El
Yeah.
Paso, New Mexico.
And she follows and likes all of our stuff, so we appreciate that too. Like she sees our stuff, and even her family on Twitter or X reposted a lot of the stuff that we put out there. So she's making El Paso and Cruces proud for sure. And you said she's a pitcher too. I'm trying to see her pitching percentage.
Holy cow. CUSA Player of the Year, Freshman of the
Freshman of the
Year,
Year,
All
too.
Tournament Team, First Team. Dang, she's got an accolades list right here. Boys.
Accolades.
Yeah,
Do you think
it's a big word?
This is
Yeah.
like this is not controversial, but do you think players like that, like they know they can go D1 and then they go to a smaller school like New Mexico State? Do you think their mindset is, hey, I'm going to do 1 year here and then I want to go to a bigger school?
Yeah, well, the transfer
feel
portal
like-
is a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
right? In that aspect,
That's
so she's padding her stat line, but she's been with us for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Second
So,
year.
I mean, with this stat line, she should have left last year. But that
Maybe
again,
she's
we
not,
want
yeah.
you to stay
Yeah.
Yeah.
because she's a local product. But again, I mean, like we were talking about with Frankie outside, what is there after
Yeah.
for softball? You know, there's no professional league. You got the Olympics now, which is huge.
That's gonna
But
be insane, man.
yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, why
But
don't
It-
they
it's
have
going to be in the
professional?
States this next year, this next
LA.
Olympics,
Oh,
right?
that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
LA?
Yeah.
LA's a little dirty for it, but it's all right. Well,
Hey, well,
It is though.
Oh, Paris was a little dirty too.
oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Everywhere's
I
dirty.
heard it's
I mean,
smelly.
big cities are just
Wash your
just
hands, okay?
different. Use the bathroom. Inside,
Use the bathroom
not
in the
outside on the
bathroom, yeah.
sidewalks.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
No, but it's true. I don't know what else is after softball.
Yeah.
I know they have like, minor, like the semi-pro leagues, but there's no MLB for softball. I've seen there be like professional leagues that try to get there, but there's not like one specific like, oh, I'm going to go to the draft. And
Yeah.
we know exactly where that's going, right? It's a little bit different. So I think that the culture of college sports is different, where there's a little bit more loyalty.
Yeah.
Even though you have the NIL deals, because you want to stay close to family. This may be the biggest,
Yeah.
like, the biggest crowd or like the biggest stage that you play on, unless you go to the Olympics, right? So
I want to look up those stats, like NIL for Enema State, like who leads. I bet you she makes a
Yeah.
lot. And they don't have them on there, but we can maybe connect with Email.
yeah, who knows?
Email and us. I forget their.
Well, if
I
you're
don't know,
donating, keep donating.
Yeah,
'cause
keep
we wanna
donating,
keep
yeah. Oh,
this
that A-Mountain.
after
Yeah,
here.
and
we
their
want to keep
NIL.
Desiree here for sure. Yeah.
A Mountain Sports is what it's called, and they
you
do
go.
the NIL deals, and they do have shirts. And if you go to the games, obviously, our goal is for you guys to go to the games. They do have shirts made specifically for players, and some of that money goes to the players. So I mean, Christian Cook has shirts. All the basketball players, same thing. When you go buy some stuff from them, anything you buy with their name on it. Name, image, and likeness, they get a cut of it. That's a deal that they're in Sports Accessories is the one that does that. Yeah. So the softball and baseball has that.
Just going back to that softball we were talking about, there's no pro league. There used to be from 2004 to 2021.
Oh wow.
And they just cut it. That's messed up. All right. Do they get paid for the semi-pro stuff?
Different leagues, yeah. You'll get something. I was telling Siemens like the most maybe would be. I remember one time there was a famous pitcher, but it was mainly from like endorsements and stuff that she had gotten from. But she was famous because of the Olympics, and then she was playing for some professional team, and they were watching her. I wonder if like other countries have. Maybe they have to go.
No. I
they
know
have
a
to
lot
go,
of the
like,
girls that
Mexico or
play here,
something.
they go back and coach with Coach Rodoff. Yeah, Kathy Rodoff. And I mean, obviously they like it. I mean, I'm sure they get a good chunk of money from there too. Maybe that's their goal, to be a coach or something. But actually, I heard from someone, I'm not gonna say names, but like a source that one of the Shimanga brothers was like the top NIL leaders, which is not funny, but like you wouldn't expect him. But like you said, like you connect with like these Booster Club members, and like a lot of like the older people like love the athletes here. And yeah, they probably just have good connection. They sell it to family out of state.
Interesting.
And so yeah, I heard that he was one of the top leaders, and like good for him.
Earners,
like, Earners, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah.
I would think Carpenter would be one of those because everybody knows Carpenter.
Really?
Whenever
I'm
we
sure
go to
he's
those
up there,
games.
too.
I thought if you would have told me to guess, I would have said Cook.
Yeah,
Christian
Cook.
Cook,
Yeah. I mean, hell, I already got the shirt designs in my head when I hear his name.
Well, the Sports Accessories did design that Let Him Cook was one of the NIL
Really?
shirts. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's like a dope, like it looks like a retro shirt, right? I don't know if you've seen it.
yeah,
I've seen it.
It's like a retro looking shirt, and it just says "Let Him Cook," and it's got his face on it.
pretty sick.
And that's something that I believe that one. I saw it on X again, and the A Mountain Sports posting it on there, and there's a link, and he gets a cut of
Well,
it.
speaking of basketball,
Yeah, I
I mean, we'll
was about
touch
to
on
say
this
that, yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say
mean,
that.
we lost the point guard, right?
Zadi. Yeah.
Jackson's out.
And we need to like look up. I don't know where to find them, but because even I'm looking up stuff like how many years of eligibility do some of these guys have? Because they're seniors, they had senior night,
It's that Diego Pavia rule, man.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
guess
Diego.
so. Yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know, sure, Diego. Yeah, come back.
For your
ain't
third
coming back. He ain't coming back.
additional
For
year.
yeah,
Closest he'll come back home to Cruises is Albuquerque.
actually,
We know that for a fact, huh?
Yep.
I'm gonna say
talk
right
about
now.
that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that right now. We saw Diego in. We went to state for the basketball tournament. Unfortunately, I ended it a little early, so we had to go make some time up and went to casino. And Diego Pavia was there. We should have taken a picture with him and been like, "Can we use this for our podcast?" Damn it.
I mean, just a picture would have been cool, just for fun. He was there with a little posse, though. There was, I think
he
it
had
was
his
family.
Yeah, his family.
But they were
was
out there having a good time, getting
Shout out
after
to him.
it.
He was
I mean,
dealing that NIL money over
Yeah.
there.
He always comes back home though, so I like
Yeah?
that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And speaking of basketball, they not a disappointing season, but disappointing for fans. But it's a lot to build on for Coach Huon and his program. But I wrote in an article saying we can't do that. Like we got to do it now. Like we got to fix this real quick. He's doing his best. I'm sure on his mind, he's like, what can I do to bring back a championship here and an NCAA tournament? But we lost to Kennesaw State by 3. We could have tied it late with the Jacoby Osborne rebound, missed his free throw, and then it went downhill from there. But like Coach Huon said, that wasn't the reason they lost the game. They just Kennesaw actually was on a good winning streak. They beat Liberty, and Liberty went on to win the championship.
Which is crazy. I had Middle Tennessee winning the Conference
really?
USA championship. Yeah.
Jack State, I thought that'd be a little better against Liberty because they have that Pierre Shooter. And I think he's going to be in the NBA like next year because they're playing for NIT. I don't understand the NIT either. Like, why didn't we get an invite?
Just an invite. That's like a popularity thing, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we have fans that travel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, the girls made it. They went to the NIT and they won the first round.
Yeah.
I think today they're playing Sunday. They're playing today.
And they used to have like so many like postseason tournaments, like the CBI, NIT, obviously the NCAA tournament. There's another one too, kind of like just trying to get more games for your players. But I mean, it's cool that there's only 2 now because you don't want everyone playing like they don't deserve. Like some teams, like San Jose State, like made it and they're like 13-19 or something.
So when's the deadline to enter the transfer portal for these players?
Oh, you're going to switch it up? Okay.
Right away. Well, I just wanted to know, because...
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It does that because you keep playing. If there's tournaments or whatever, like bowl season for football, you have Christian McCaffrey's who are like, nah, I'm out. Don't even play the
that's
bowl.
true.
Don't play.
Right.
I mean, Zadi Jackson, would he have stayed another 2 weeks or whatever to play an NIT
I know
tournament?
some of them are like, let me get the hell out of here.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even worth trying to. Maybe you get hurt or whatever if you're on your way out. Because that does, dude. I don't like the NIL. The more and more, there's no upsets this for March Madness. There's very little upsets because everyone's just. It's now turning into like a professional league.
Yeah,
everyone's just getting paid, so there's just.
That's true.
The transfer portal for a local homegrown team like the Aggies stresses me out just because we have such good talent on the basketball team, and I'm just worried about who we're going to lose because of us not making the NCAA tournament or even going further in the Conference USA tournament, which is what players want because the more exposure, the better, right?
Yeah.
So Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to look that up to see what that deadline is for them to
I
actually.
guess it
enter.
just opens up right away after the season, and then I don't know when the deadline is. Like probably like in the summer sometime they just cut it off. But
I mean, they're students first,
yeah,
so they still have school going on.
They got to do it right
so
before
maybe,
school starts. Maybe.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Like this, like the whatever the deadline is for you to transfer for just being an academic student. Maybe that.
Yeah.
But they have summer workouts. They have all kinds of stuff. So you have to do it sooner than later.
I think you've said it before, or one of you guys said it before, that the Conference USA basketball is like the most competitive
oh yeah,
conference, men's and women's.
yeah. The men's at least were ranked. They said net ranking. Everyone's making a big deal about net ranking, like what it means. The point is they're ranked 8th out of 31 conferences, so they're below the A10 and above the West Coast, like with Gonzaga in them.
Well, I was going to ask you, like, how do we become a conference that gets multiple bids for the NCAA tournament? Because you saw
Hopefully
the
this-
SEC and the ACC, they had a
Yeah,
lot
hopefully
of
this
teams.
advocates for that, like saying
yeah,
like, hey, we can be consistent. And I think Conference USA, Florida Atlantic, before they left, made it to the Final Four, right? Like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. Like Mountain West gets like 3 or 4, and they
Mountain-
get
Mountain
bounced
West,
out.
they were
But I feel
six,
like I feel
right?
like we have some good Cinderella
Yeah.
or could be Cinderella
well, Liberty
teams
kind
in our
of
conference.
dropped the ball on us by getting blown out by Oregon the other day.
Yeah,
But
That was not even close.
There's some other teams like I think we could have at least competed better. And Coach Ewan has like power. I don't even know what they call it. We'll call it power conference wins now because it's not Power 5, right? They got rid of PAC.
Yeah, I know.
So he beat in 2023 Oklahoma and Utah. So like he has wins under his belt. Like he can, like Coach Jan's like how we had here. Like he can pull off those wins. And I think that teams like Jack State destroyed Georgia Tech in the NIT. Like we could have made more noise in the NCAA tournament if we get 2 teams going.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you have to push for that, and hopefully, like I said, ranking 8th. And if we just consistently do that, I'm sure last year we were maybe 10th or something. It's not like we're bad.
Yeah, sorry to change the subject, but I thought this transfer portal was a lot longer. It starts tomorrow, according to Google, for men's, and starts the next day for women's, but it's only about a month.
So you're telling me tomorrow we might get heartbroken with more
Tomorrow's
players leaving?
so tomorrow
for a
I mean,
month
we
is
already
gonna be
had a
insane.
bunch of graduates.
Yeah,
Now
see,
we're
we're
gonna-
prepared. I was prepared like to lose 9 seniors, but I guess those 9 seniors are possibly
Well,
coming back.
it's like free agency for the NFL. And now we got to figure out who is coach going to be picking up. Like,
Right.
obviously, if the transfer portal opens tomorrow, he has to already be in there and recruiting.
Yeah, well, actually I saw a name
all year now.
Yeah, year round, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a name that he picked up someone from out of states, but he was a scorer. He averaged like 13 points a game in like the 3rd professional league. So he picked someone up already. So, well, I guess like they're just saying the sources tell them because I guess it doesn't open until tomorrow. But he's already on it. Like I'm sure he was on it like the day after they wrapped up. But
So coaches probably can't reach out until that day either.
yeah, probably.
So they're just pursuing them on the list.
I mean, there's ways that you do it, right? I mean, even in high school, you could be a sophomore or a junior, and even though you can't be essentially approached by a college team, there's still ways around it, or they'll send you a letter, or they'll do something where you kind of have an idea of where you go. I mean, I'd have some anxiety to leave a school, be like, I'm going to go to the transfer portal, and then all of a sudden crickets, and you go back, who knows? Speaking of Seth McGowan, the running back for NMSU, he went in the transfer portal,
Yeah,
and 2 days later came back, and he's like, no, I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, they did a whole story about him on the
Yeah.
Sun News saying that he loved.
I mean,
he
you got to
loved
test the
people here.
waters, right? You got to see. I mean, you never know if Bama's going to call or something like that.
Well, he was from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
No, he was from Oklahoma, so like he transferred from the Sooners
Yeah, you
to here.
never
So like
know
he
who's
probably
gonna
could have
call.
got big names.
I really liked him throughout the season. Washington he got more of the touches as a running back. He was a bit taller and just a thicker guy. He's more of a power running back. But Seth was so quick. I just get so frustrated that he wouldn't play as much. So I kind of assumed that he'd want to go, but this is his last year. And you're right. It was in that article. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was in that article that they were saying it's his last year. And he's been bouncing around a lot. And he just decided that he wanted to stay somewhere where
They wanted him.
Where they wanted him and they cared about him. I think that's the addition and that's the power that we have here, where there is a lot of guys that aren't getting the money. We hear about NIL getting, people are getting $1 million deals, but that's not everybody.
Yeah, I think those are just the bigger schools. Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to feel like somebody cares about you, right? Mm-hmm. That somebody wants to develop you.
I mean, you're still getting money. Like that's cool. Like,
you're getting
money
still more than what Reggie Bush got. On paper,
any players got
on paper.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and speaking of like high school basketball too, we kind of mentioned it already. Like we got bounced. We got bounced out quick.
The whole city.
Yeah, the whole city, and we went
day
to
one.
Yeah, and then we went to the
Don't
pit,
tell me about it.
expecting Mayfield to do a little better, but
don't get me started.
I mentioned a couple of times, and there's no disrespect here, but they just didn't make adjustments coming out of halftime. Mm-hmm. They could have doubled Jordan Dyer, who's had like 25 points against Mayfield. And that probably would have solved their problems because this next second leading scorer had 5 points. And I think she had 4 fouls like in the third quarter. So I don't know. I've heard from multiple people that have kind of gone through that program that it's just not it's not his coaching style. He likes to stick to what he knows. And that could be good or bad, as we've seen. So
maybe time for him to retire.
Yeah, I mean, on a high note, 600
or just
plus
double
wins.
20-point scorer.
Well,
that's the thing.
There was a lot of attention.
His adjustment, he doesn't make those adjustments at halftime.
Yeah,
he sticks. He has his game plan, writes it in his hand, and he's good to go.
Yeah, you would think like, she's got 20 points on us in the first half. Maybe we should double her.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part with Cruces High when they were playing Oregon Mountain this year. I mean, Coach Ben, I thought he would adjust too. I mean, you saw what the press did to Oregon Mountain.
Yeah,
Farmington's press. Like, I've been preaching that this whole time. Like, if you press Oregon Mountain,
what's the press called? 21?
21. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And Coach Ben has a really good press called 200, and that's a really good press.
200, that's right.
That's more than 21.
Yeah, who comes up with these names?
That's
a lot.
Who comes up with these names?
No. I mean, if
is there a rhyme or reason for that? What is you said 21? What does that mean? 200. Like, is that like a formation? Is that
or is it just
2-on-1?
I mean, I can't disclose it, man.
Oh.
Damn, Frankie's trying to give it away.
I'm going to give it away. Coach Ben is not going to come on the podcast. We need a whiteboard back here because if you ask that,
I would love a whiteboard. I would love a whiteboard in that. Yeah,
let's just paint one of these walls so we can draw on it.
Yeah, I'll jump up and I'll say, you know what?
That'd be cool.
Well, like there's like general terms, right? In football, when you're like, I write 21, whatever. What is it? You know that it's like the two back is running through the one hole. I thought it'd be something like that. Well, pause. 22.
Damn, what are you in the 2008 football era? We don't do that no more, man.
You don't do that.
A gap, B gap.
I like that.
Bounce out.
But I thought AB, maybe I am old, but AB was defense.
Huh?
Okay, cool.
You guys are talking about. Okay. That's why I'm excited for football season because I'm gonna learn so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn so much.
Coach Campo knows his ways. I learned a lot from.
I'm gonna be going insane here in football. I'm gonna be like, oh my god.
Get ready, local football teams. We're coming to your guys' field houses. Bringing the podcast over there soon.
I'm gonna be showing up to the practices before the players.
Oh yeah.
So guys, 2 tires.
I'll be holding tires before them.
Steven, calm down.
Steven's the super senior. He's like, oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, I remember those days.
He's wears his jersey.
Coach, let me know if you want me to go in there. Go on.
Coach, you need something?
You need water?
Steven's not that crazy, but he'll definitely be like, I'll be strength and conditioning. Let me run these guys. You don't know.
Just see him on the side.
Shut up, Steven.
I'll be throwing up with him.
I'm protecting the Z out here. Come on, boy.
We're all over the place, but I was sad. We were talking to Julian, and we realized that school's now year round, so they don't get like the good old days of the 2 days, pretty much 2 8 hours of practices all day.
That's something to look into. But they're changing it this year, so school ends for them May. I think Memorial is it Memorial Day, May. Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And then
I think
they have that month off, so I guess they.
And then Labor Day's after, because it's Memorial and Labor Day. Which one comes first and second?
Memorial is in May.
I have no idea.
Okay, cool, perfect.
But yeah, and then they'll start. I think in
4th
August.
of July. That's it. Yes, sir. America, baby.
There you go.
Sorry.
You guys are fine.
Get back on track.
You guys are fine.
Let's get back on track. Holy cow.
You sound like a chicken.
Well, anyways.
Oh, we got to talk about the women's
Yeah.
Aggies. What's that tournament they're playing in?
NIT.
That's WNIT. Yeah. So they beat Pacific. Yeah. And I think they came back, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
They were down in half.
Yeah. And then they won 54-49.
Do you mind jumping in, Steven? I want to see the stats.
Oh, yeah.
North Dakota State. See who these teams, how did they get invites? I don't even know who these teams are. Let's see.
They had
Molly
a whopping 516 people at that.
Is Molly playing?
Yeah.
Oh no, Molly didn't play this.
I was gonna say I don't see Molly on the stat sheet.
She her ankle in the quarterfinal game.
God dang it, man.
And I think she's good, but I don't think like for her professional career.
Yeah, it's like
I
no
think
point.
coach is like, nah, we'll let you sit, and maybe she'll play the next game. But she's in a walking boot and crutches, I think.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
was
hope
like,
she gets drafted, man. I hope she gets drafted.
they have a draft for WNBA, right?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Like they televise it and stuff.
100%, yeah.
Yeah,
It was a big deal last year with Caitlin Clark and
That's right.
Angel
That's
Reese and all
right. I
that.
just
Might be the
can't
first time
remember.
I go to a WNBA game. That'd
yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. What's the nearest one? Phoenix
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercury.
Huh?
Phoenix Mercury.
Phoenix
Yeah.
Mercury, yeah.
Brittany Griner's not there no more. She got traded.
Is that a problem?
No, I'm just like, that's like the only big name I knew
Yes.
from there.
You don't know. Oh, like from WNBA?
No,
or
from the Phoenix.
Mercury? Oh, okay.
From Phoenix.
He said, no, it's great.
I was like,
Well,
man,
isn't-
let me educate you.
Isn't Brittany the one that's doing they're doing the lockout where they're like, they're doing like a,
No, it's Angel Reese.
oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
She said
Oh
she wants
my
to get
gosh.
paid more. She
Come
said
on,
she wants to
Brittany.
get paid an equal amount to what the NBA players are being paid.
Well, do it. They deserve it. They go through
Like,
some.
I mean, I deserve $1 million, I think, but do I
Steven's trying to
get $1
censor
million?
his words right now. Look at him.
I
I
think
shouldn't. I shouldn't.
I shan't.
I think
good.
Molly
I'm
is
good.
is an exciting shooter, and so if they want to work towards getting $1 million contracts, you have to get guys like or girls like like Molly and players that make things more exciting, right? Because you got to make it attractive for you to sell it, right? And I think it's getting there. I think girls basketball and women's basketball
I think
is getting a
it's
lot more
been
exciting.
there. I think it's been there. It's just the excitement of Caitlin Clark coming
Yeah.
into the scene and that rivalry with Angel Reese. That's what grew everybody's attention to women's basketball. It's always been there. I mean, you had some major names coming out of the NBA.
Kelsey Plum was like a beast forever.
Yeah, that even my
you're right.
dad knew about like back then, dude. Like we had some legends. So now the attention is on the WNBA, and who knows? Maybe it'll go up. Maybe we'll see those $1 million contracts that the NBA is seeing.
That's true.
But right now, we gotta keep packing those gyms for those females, man. Yeah.
And it doesn't look. I mean, the NIT tournament, the attendance there's 516. So how do you from 516 attendance there? How do you pay the players $1 million? I mean, this is NIT tournament, right? It's not even the NCAA, but it's still a tournament. It's still competitive
I'm
basketball.
sure the NCAA tournament's packed, like because that's a big deal now.
Yeah. Women's. Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of women's sports, like Oregon Mountain did not finish the way they wanted to for cheer.
National champs, man.
Yeah, well, they were national champs, and then
He said it.
they went to
I thought it for sure. No,
National champs, and they walk out with the third place.
yeah, they
trophy.
got third
That's
at
amazing.
state. Which state's weird now because when my sister and your wife now was in it, they had 2 days, right? Now it's just 1 day, so they have to go like early morning, wait all day, pretty much, or
No
whenever.
way. They do game day and the
And so their
Wow.
Oregon Mountains, I know their schedule was they performed at 5 p.m. and then they performed their other cheer routine at 7 p.m.
That's
and then they had to
insane.
wait for awards. So that's a long day for girls.
Well,
like,
even
for
Steven's
anyone.
sister was a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say her name, but your sister was on there. I don't
Was it
know.
like it was like 2 or 3 days, right?
No, it was 2 days.
It was
used to
2
be
days, but they
yeah.
were there for like 3 or 4
They had like the
days.
game day cheers and then their actual performance on day 2.
Yeah.
And then obviously awards that day too. But I remember it was split because those girls they
that's a
wore
lot of
their
your bodies.
out. Yeah, they
Yeah.
wore their bodies
Some
out.
will even break their wrist. Shout out
Exactly.
to my sister.
Yeah,
Exactly.
your
I mean,
sister,
on I remember the day 2 for their performances, you had people falling out of the sky,
dude.
man, because like these flyers are. I mean, you got these bass players, bass
players.
Oh, you're
bass
right.
cheerleaders that are holding up all these girls. They're flipping them, throwing them in the air
All day, dude.
for
Like,
2 days straight,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Because that's just the performances. They're doing that behind the scenes, warming up, all that
Yeah.
stuff. So that's a lot of wear and tear on your body. And
you can't like walk through that, right? Like you just
Yeah.
They
you
do
have to do it.
They do like,
But some of those throws, like to get it
they're not
down,
gonna. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like-
they do like.
like to do that in 1 day is pretty insane.
Yeah, NMA switched that COVID year, so they just did it one. I think they did one, and now they just kept it. And I'm like,
It's ridiculous.
That's not fair to us.
It's probably because they're saving money because that's all
Yeah,
MMA is about.
And then
saving
the
money.
Saturday they have like the dance portion of it, but yeah, they need to bring back the 2 days because it's too much for these girls and men. and
It gives them time to
young men.
prepare too. I feel like it'd be more competitive if they had more time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And I'm sure that's how the Nationals was. which is why it's just a different.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
think
different
it was.
setting, and it also just shows you how competitive cheer is and how unpredictable. Like that day, you could just be on, everything's just
dude.
perfect.
Yeah, you mess up
and
one
then the
thing.
next day, you're just like, damn,
You mess up
somebody
one thing
messed
and
up
that
their
drops you
wrist,
down.
and yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't watch the routines, and I should have. But I'm sure Organ Mountain had maybe a slip up that deducted them points, because it's a lot of deductions because their routine was really cool and like complicated.
Yeah.
Because I went to a couple practices and it looked like it was a state championship routine.
You know what the
from
heck
like
was
I've
going
seen
on.
with my sister and stuff. I think I know what I'm talking about.
But what's crazy, man, is for years,
You know what the heck was going on,
it
huh?
was Cruces and or Oñate back then.
Yeah.
Cruces and Oñate going back and forth, first, second. But now we have Centennial. I mean, Centennial is really putting up a fight. Their cheer team, led by Coach Zamora. I mean, she's awesome. She was my
Who's the coach?
Coach Zamora, Tony Zamora's mother. I played basketball with Tony
really?
Zamora.
Is her
Yeah.
mother? Cool.
So Sabrina Zamora is over there at Centennial now, and she's leading the cheer.
She's the head coach.
Oh yeah, and then someone you may know, he was also a previous Bulldog, Alex. Alex cheered with Isabel.
He coaches there too.
Oh yeah, he's the
Oh, they're
assistant coach.
stacked. And good.
So they got a good coaching staff, man. But
they got second runner up.
They got second,
and
man.
it's co-ed.
Yeah.
So they I didn't even
very
knew
well.
about them, and like they shocked Oregon Mountain. Hobbs won the event, like overall they won the state championship for co-ed, and Cruces cheered. They do just cheer, like they don't have like the
enough
co-ed.
people. Yeah.
But they didn't do so good. But they're young. Like your sister's what, a sophomore, junior, I think.
She's a junior.
And so they had a lot of sophomore, juniors, and I don't think they had too many seniors. But you know, they're gonna everyone. It's like any other sport.
Oh,
like
that's right. You
That
have
was-
another
that's small
sister
squad.
that's doing.
Shout out to my other
Oh,
sister.
because he was like, I don't want to say her name. I was like, why didn't you gonna say her name? She
Oh, yeah.
cheered with Isabel.
yeah,
but-
Steven has what, three
Generations.
sisters? Yeah,
Yeah,
Of
that's
cheerleaders.
right.
Rojas,
Bulldogs.
Rojas family baby
Yes, sir.
coming up.
Yep.
Well, hopefully they make some noise next season at state, because I know they have a smaller squad, because their whole squad fits in a basketball gym on
Yeah.
one side of the court. So
What's crazy is it's a year-long thing, cheerleading, man. Because
Yeah, football.
after school is done, I mean, they go into the rivals. They go into those like kind of like AAU type
Yeah,
cheerleading
yeah.
tournaments. Yeah. So that's the big thing is like they're cheering all the time consistently. So I remember dating Isabel, and it was open gym all the time. She was doing tumbling every day, flying every day.
Jumping
It
off
was-
buildings and
it-
stuff.
oh yeah, dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Those girls are some athletes and gentlemen too as well. But yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to them. Like as I said, they're sports year round, and I'm just sure their bodies are ready for maybe a month of rest. But hopefully they get some rest,
Yeah.
ice down or something, because that's a lot of wear and tear in your bodies. So shout out to Cheer for doing that. And then we have
Yeah.
powerlifting. The other day, me and Isaiah went to Oregon Mountain to watch some of that. It was a long competition. We didn't stay the whole time.
I
those
stayed
last
the
like
whole time.
all day.
No, you
man.
didn't.
I'm just-
I know you didn't for sure. But they're putting up some serious weight, like from the get go. I was like, is that safe?
I know, squatting almost
That's the way they have to do it,
500
though.
pounds.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they get,
Then,
like-
we need to learn more about the point systems, because I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't understand the point system, but I know the way it works is you get like 3 attempts at certain
okay.
weights. So you pick your weights before you even show up. Like you write it down. I'm going to do this weight, this weight, and this weight.
So you know what you're gonna. Okay.
Yeah. So
Then I'm
like
just
you kind
programming.
of have to push yourself, because like if you undersell yourself and say you do like a 200-pound squat and then you jump to like 250 or 275, and then the next guy's like starting with 315, it's like, oh dang.
I'm telling you, strength and
play.
conditioning, man. Ocampo, reach out to Steven. Come on.
I'd be down.
Do you get points
Some
for your
reach out.
failed attempts too? Like if you failed at like a 515 and then you go back to like a 495 or whatever, do you get points that way, or is it just whichever one you finish the highest at? I wonder what that.
I know there's 3 little X's on like a scoreboard type of thing. I think you get graded on like form, completing the rep, and then something else, or the judge or whatever that's next to you. So like if you get good form, you like squat, you get 90 degrees and you pick the weight up within a certain time, it counts as a rep.
Okay.
Something like that. I'm not 100%
'cause
sure.
they had, like,
Anybody out there that
flags.
knows, please.
They had like
help us.
flags, like some of them, like
Yeah.
they were like messing up, and they'd get like a red flag. And I was like, damn, poor kid.
Yeah, if you're struggling with the
Poor
rep
kid.
for a certain amount of time, they just tell you like, no, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
It's
pretty-
kind of
it's crazy,
intimidating
man.
because there's only 3 racks, and everyone's watching. you.
Everyone
Yeah,
is
man.
watching.
Yeah.
I feel like that would help me a little bit though.
Yeah, that would probably push me. I'd be like, come on.
Can you wear headphones? What can you? What's the limit of
No,
this?
you can't.
Why not?
No, you can't.
What is this? Open workout? Come on, man.
Planet
It don't
Fitness or what?
matter. I mean,
No, you don't wear headphones.
No, I don't think you can.
I think it's not crunch, man. Come on.
I think that's a rule that you can't.
I mean,
you have to
before,
hear the-
the judge like
judges.
says when you go down, he was like telling
Apparently,
him,
there's stupid
up.
questions
Yeah,
around
it
here.
tells you when to go down and when to go up
Yeah.
and when to rack it because you have to like
Oh, yeah,
complete it
that's
and stand
insane.
for a little bit and then tell them to rack it.
Well, the flag is there, so why can't you just have some headphones on it and like, all right, I see the flag.
I don't know.
Whatever. Reason why I say that is I saw a video of a kid do a squat and it was supposed to be like a record-breaking squat, and it was high school, and he was wearing headphones, and he was squatting.
For a competition.
It wasn't in New Mexico, but it was a competition. Yeah.
Maybe that's, I don't know.
I remember walking into Oregon, dude. Their carpets were dirty because of all the dust. That'd be a good. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Don't we have?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we want to shout out. We want to
on.
shout out Jay. Hey, appreciate you.
Oregon Mountain.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta call it.
I was
You
like,
gotta clean your carpets, man. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? You gotta reach out to our guys.
I was a
Yes,
little
sir.
confused.
Hey, yeah, we were talking with
I was like, carpet?
They got
yeah,
carpet
like
in their weight room. I was like, what the
yeah,
hell?
I had to.
we've been talking with Jay. He's the owner of Aggie Carpet Cleaner, and he hit us up. We were looking at some of his videos, and then I started liking some of his stuff, and he liked some of our stuff. And yeah, he's a graduate from NMSU. He came here for school and loved Las Cruces and stayed here. So we want to help him out, and he likes what we're doing, and so he helped us out a little bit for the the high school state basketball tournament. He helped us out a little bit. So yeah, if it's been super windy, Oregon Mountain stuff has been.
Dude.
It was dusty in there, man.
It was very dusty, and so he does carpet cleaning. He does rugs. He does all kinds of stuff. Vintage chairs you could see on his social media, and so just want to shout him out. And if you look around and there's dirt that got into your house, and your chairs, some stuff's just sitting around for a while, hit him up. Let him know that we sent you. We just want to know what kind of reach is out there and what you guys like, and he's been somebody who supported us. And I really liked the reason why we started talking a little bit more is on social media. He also posts because he's around town. He's driving around, going to residential places and whatnot. And he had like a video of like this old lady had her bike messed up, like the chain fell off. They went out there and started fixing it, doing different stuff like that. And so he's really active in the community. He's local. He's trying to grow his business. So just wanted to give him a shout out.
Hit him up. Hit him
Go
up.
out there, get a quote, guys. Go get your carpets cleaned. I used to be a carpet cleaner, actually.
Really?
When I was in high
Really?
school. Yes, sir. My dad used to own Zia Clean
Oh, really?
every summer, man. The
damn.
apartment complexes, so I know how that is. So
What's the name of it? Aggie Carpet?
Aggie Carpet Cleaning.
Oh,
Aggie
nice.
Carpet
Yeah,
Cleaning. There you
Aggie
go.
Carpet
Local product.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
get your carpets cleaned.
I was telling these guys I'm all about local businesses. So
Yeah.
if you're a local business watching, hit us
I
up.
saw your carpet the other day. You need to get it cleaned, brother.
My carpet?
Yeah.
You got carpet?
You got carpet?
Maybe.
I don't.
He has carpet in like one room of his house.
man.
What room are you in where there's carpet?
I know. I was like,
Carpet
wait.
cleaned.
I only got 3 pieces of carpet. That's about
I mean,
it.
depending on how old your house is, you might have carpet in your bathroom. Real estate, how many nowadays? How many?
You will be surprised.
Yeah.
It is the most strangest thing I've ever seen. It's a 70s type of thing. Carpet in
Yeah.
your
And
bathroom.
And it's like that yellow or like green or
It is-
something.
and it is disgusting.
Yeah.
You walk in there and you just smell mold. It's terrible.
Take a hot shower, your carpet's all moist.
Well, if you guys,
That wasn't even. That was just me asking a genuine question. That wasn't even
if you own a business here locally or even a larger business and you guys want us to shout you out or you guys want some advertising, hit us up. I mean, we support local. And again, I mean, if you guys support us, we'll support you.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And veteran owned too.
Yes,
Yeah,
veteran
too.
owned. There you go. Yeah. Protect the Zia.
And it's more to just use local. It's not even about like competitors just doing.
Yeah,
just-
McDonald's.
It's
Want
nice.
to hit us up? Come on.
I mean, yeah, it's just nice to do it. McDonald's.
What?
Hey,
But,
hey, the A Mountain meal, A Mountain combo,
I like
Oh.
it.
Mountain Echo combo.
dang,
Come
dude.
on, man.
Do something fun. Yeah.
20-piece chicken
You
nuggets.
drop your phone.
Yeah, I did. It's okay. I don't need it anymore.
You want me to pick that up?
Just leave it on the floor.
Yeah, and then I mean, now I think the only thing left is high school baseball. Now they're in full swing.
No pun intended.
Dude, I start to lose my voice so bad.
No pun intended.
Now, literally, they're in
We're on
full
fire.
swing. Yeah, you have Cruces High. They just played Carlsbad, and my prediction here, boys, is Carlsbad is going to win state. Those guys are beasts.
What was the score?
for the longest time, I couldn't look. Oh no, this isn't even about because I can tell you already. I just have a feeling they beat Cruces. I was trying to find the score, but it's a tournament, so they haven't updated it. I've been trying to look on social media and I can't find it, but I have seen highlights and I have seen just interviews of Carlsbad. Shout out to All Sports Best, who covers Carlsbad sports, and he was talking with the coach, and they have like 3 kids who are throwing over 80 miles an hour. That is nuts. One of them is close to 90, and so those guys are really good. Carlsbad's always been really good. So as Isaiah, like early on in the season for basketball, was like saying Volcano Vista, Sandia being top up, Carlsbad is one of those really dangerous teams. Like those boys that are playing there will be playing in college.
They've had a couple of pros, Trevor Rogers. Does that mean? Yeah, Trevor Rogers he played with Florida, the Marlins.
Yeah.
Who was it last year, Jonah, where Michael was playing and we saw the Yankees scout?
Oh, yeah, Sandia's pitcher.
There you go, Sandia. Yeah.
There's a Yankees scout, and I was like, I was trying to shake his hand, maybe get a deal with him, but it didn't work. It didn't work out.
What position do you want to try out for with him?
I was going to say.
Catcher?
I'm the
Catcher's hard.
cheater.
Catcher is a hard position, bro.
Yeah, that's hard. But they lost 7-0, right? Or they beat. No, Cruces lost 7-0 to Carlsbad. So, I mean, and Cruces is a good team this year.
Did you reverse search it? Is that what you did? You went to Carlsbad?
Yeah, he went to Carlsbad.
Oh, okay. 7-0. Okay. Yeah, that adds up. The pitching is what I'm really, really concerned with anybody who plays Carlsbad because they're beasts. But that just shows the pressure that we have in the city to compete with some of these northern schools. I think Carlsbad is still considered South, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And some of these scores are 12-3 in a baseball game.
It's pretty
against Rio Rancho.
That's Carlsbad scores, dog. That's why. Yeah,
they lost to Rio Rancho
9-5. Yeah, they lost.
Okay,
to Rio Rancho.
okay. I'll take it. Good change.
Was it a doubleheader? Maybe scroll up. No.
Yeah, but they
12-2 Cleveland.
Unless Rio Rancho's got some ballers up there.
No, the northern schools are pretty good.
19-5. Holy cow!
Against Farmington, they took it out for us. They took it. They beat Farmington.
Thank you.
For,
I love
for,
that
for,
energy,
for Oregon Mountain.
And you know what? Farmington was really, really active on social media and like through their press, saying that how they were going to smack Oregon Mountain.
Oh, you told me that. That's right.
that adds up.
I was a little frustrated. Damn it!
I don't know. They got a newspaper out there, but that's cool.
Yeah.
But our baseball schools here, they're competitive too. So Centennial, they have a state championship under Coach Evans a while back. Coach Gil Padilla for Cruces got to 400 wins. He's been there for a while, but I mean, congrats to him getting that accomplishment. So
How many?
400, right?
Yeah.
400.
A lot of wins.
I mean, he was coaching forever since I had been playing, and that was what 20 years ago.
20.
I was like 10
Well,
years
when I started, it was when I started high school was because I started in 2009. In 2009 is when I started high school.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And he had been there for years before. So 400 just sounded. I was surprised when I heard 400. Congratulations, but
Yeah.
But
doing the math, huh?
Wait, he started when?
I don't know when he started, but he had been there forever when I started playing in 2009. So he's at least been there 20 plus years.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice, 400 wins.
Yeah.
20
I'd say close to 30. I mean, I don't know how many years he's been there. Maybe someone can help us out there.
you guys want me to say it?
Huh?
You want me to say it?
That's I'm hinting to it.
No, it's okay.
I'm hinting to it.
No, it's 400 wins. I have 0 wins. So
Well, church
Yikes.
softball, we have a lot of wins, brother.
yeah. I mean, we do make it pretty far every time
we
I
do.
played with
We
you.
just get smacked in the
Losing
end.
the damn championship.
Because I wasn't on the team.
The only time you guys didn't make it far in the playoffs is when I played for the other team and we beat you guys.
And I wasn't there. I was in Albuquerque.
We did make it 4 actually, but whatever.
Anyways.
And Oregon Mountain, I don't know Oregon Mountain's coaches.
It's Coach Lada. He was my
Lada?
coach. He was a JV coach when I was at Oregon Mountain.
Okay. I thought it was
That's crazy.
from El
I saw it was Coach Lada is who I actually asked Coach McBroom about it, and I was looking on their social media because I couldn't figure it out. Coach David Reyes was there forever, and I think he left about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember Reyes.
And then I believe it's Coach Lada and actually Coach Coach Reyes is still helping him out there.
Oh, okay.
Organ Mountain has a really good coaching staff. They've been around forever. They coach like the Rhinos back in the day. They had some really good guys that they brought up.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Carlos Lara.
Yeah, Carlos Lara. And then, David Reyes, he's still an assistant coach.
They have a lot of coaches.
So they have coaches for
Coach
each position?
Coach Bravo's been there forever. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Do they have coaches for each like position type of thing?
Yeah, so your assistant coaches will help with JV, same as basketball, and then they'll come over.
Okay.
When they come, but they do have like pitching guys who specifically work on pitching. You have your hitting coaches, and then fielding. A lot of times it's not really specific where it's like, hey, I'm only a first base coach, but there's coaches that are like, hey, they're more comfortable with it.
I've always wondered what practice was like for baseball. Like how you guys do that, because I know basketball we focus primarily defense, offense. All
It's so chill compared to other sports.
Really?
At least what I've seen.
Yeah.
I didn't do high school baseball, but when I went to go like watch cruises, I'm sure that every team's different, but it's just like not as maybe the off season. I don't know how you guys do it in off season, but like they were just kind of like practicing situations, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like you can't really have like an really intense practice with baseball. Or like basketball, like, hey, you got 2 minutes to score.
You never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, baseball is a lot chiller than basketball, right? So you're not practicing to go up and down the court,
That's kind of what I meant.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more stations, and you're working a lot more on repetition. You're working on seeing that ball because even if you get shortstop and you get that ball hit to you once, that ball will never come to you exactly the same way ever again.
It's just muscle memory.
It's just muscle memory. It's the communication,
Reaction time
and it's the
too,
situation of like, where does if you're a shortstop, where does the second baseman want it when you're trying to flip a double play? There's all these different situations that happen, and you're standing on a different spot on the field every single time, and so you have to there's a lot of communication, a lot of chemistry that you need to work on.
Chemistry.
So it's more stations, working specifically, owning your business, owning your position, doing what you need to do there. And then once you've done that for maybe, a quarter of the practice, then you bring it all together. And then you do batting. You have to work on your bunting, again, situational practice on your offense as well. And then a lot of that is like more preseason stuff. Once you're into the season, you're just fixing things, different errors, different situations. So you have almost the same practice every day. And then you work on the things that you've messed up with, but you have a lot more games. You have 3 or 4 games in a week because sometimes they're double headers. Yeah. So even pre-games are more just warm-ups going through the basics, and you'll do what's like an in and out or whatever. And it's just outfield will get like specific reps, and you're trying to be as perfect as possible. Baseball is such an imperfect sport. But at practice, everything has to be buttoned up because it's not going to be perfect in the game. Yeah.
I wonder if we can go check out a practice, man. I know Mayfield invited us, right?
Yeah. I'm sure we can just reach out and we'll
I want to go check out a practice, see what it's like, see what that atmosphere is. Hell, I'll jump in too. I got my softball glove.
Go out there. The conditioning is what's rough, bro.
Run some
in
poles.
baseball, I remember for baseball, we would run past what the cross country was running. They're like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like, bro, we play baseball. The pitchers, at least the pitchers, bro. We'd go out into the desert at Organ Mountain, and we'd be running, and like cross country is like turning back, and we're still going. Like,
you know what I'm very surprised about? Hey, what the? Every year I watch baseball, I see it's a lot of the football players from high school are over and playing baseball. That's the interesting thing to me too, is a lot of the football players are playing baseball.
Matches better up with their sketches, I guess.
Yeah, multi-sport athletes. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
And now, I mean, basketball can still join.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times I remember JT Romney was one of the great basketball players who
I remember that.
Yeah, he'd finish basketball. He'd finish basketball, and then he'd join baseball with like.
And he was a good dude
2 or 3
too,
games.
man. I remember he used to
Yeah.
wear some Superman socks with like capes at the end of it. Funny as hell. He was
He's a funny guy. Yeah, he's a funny, but he was a badass athlete. Good for JT.
You were there for baseball? Because I thought baseball always had stirrups.
for basketball.
Oh, okay. Because baseball, Coach
Stirrups,
Padilla likes the stirrups.
Yeah.
Coach
Kind of got
Padilla
rid
is
of those now. Bring back the stirrups, man.
Come on.
Centennial has their own stirrups. I'm just saying they're probably the best ones. Organ Mountain has some cool ones too. But to be honest, when I wanted to play baseball in high school, I just wanted to play for the stirrups. I was like, that's
because you like the Yankees, huh? You
I'm like, those are
that's
nice.
what it is.
That's like retro. But Anything else, gentlemen?
Yeah, Centennial. I don't know when they're going to be playing a game. We were mentioning that. Just the sad news about Centennial.
Yeah.
You knew him a little bit more.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna say his name, but one of the Centennial players passed away from this past weekend shooting. So it's we want to send our condolences out, and just we want Cruces is a very special place to all of us, and we want it to be let's just be better in those situations. Come on, guys, like we're not. We don't want to be known for this type of stuff, and these guys are kids, like they lost their lives. So I also have one of the other young men that lost their life was I coached him in 7th grade football at Lynn, and so it sucks to hear because when you coach those kids and you know them and stuff, it's essentially your own kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Spend
you
so
have a
much time
connection
with them.
with them.
Yeah, you kind of connect with them.
Yeah, so my condolences out to the family and stuff. And like I said, let's get through this tough time, but let's be better in those.
Yeah.
In
If you're a kid out there listening, don't put yourself in those situations. If it feels weird, it probably is weird. So
get
get
out
out there.
Again, sorry to all the victims, and our condolences and our prayers are with you guys, and our prayers are with the city of Las Cruces too as well. But you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then just condolences to one of the Cruces football players. We saw them post about it. He lost his life too. So if you're struggling with something, reach out. You're loved. We love you. The city loves you. Just reach out and don't feel like you're alone. So that's it, gentlemen.
Yep.
Ended a little sad, but sad times in our city. So
Appreciate y'all.
And I say it every time, but let's really abbreviate it. Say something nice to somebody, because you never know if it'll change their life, especially with today's events. Check on your friends, check on everybody else, your family members. Say something nice.
Amen to that. Amen. Echo out, baby.
Later.